Yo, Blueface Fan Club, episode 2. How y'all doing?
Yo.
Good.
You.
Chilling.
Well, all right. I think we did our intros last week, so we can just kind of go into talking about music, I guess. Unless y'all have anything that sticks out about your lives, anything like that we should talk about.
Nah.
Unless you want to do that Meg Stallion impression one time.
Nah, chill. Hey, oh my God, they're gonna cancel me on episode 2, man. That's crazy. All right, so yeah, I think we should go into just straight
Tando.
into the Ty Dolla album.
Tando, what'd you say about the impression?
That shit was nasty as hell, bro.
Bro, I was low key embarrassed of myself. I did it so well. It was like
I wasn't
it's
even expecting that shit, bro.
It's crazy because I tried to replicate it and it didn't sound anything like it. So the first time I did it, it was like spot on. Like I didn't practice or anything. You know what I mean? Like man, it just I don't know.
You know you got to do it now.
No, I'm not doing it for the people. Yeah.
It's all good.
But yeah, all right. Ty Dolla album. Does anybody want to go first? And if not, I feel like I could go first just because I probably have the least to say about it.
I want to hear Cam's take.
All right, bet.
Damn, I was hoping to go last.
Oh, snap.
All right, you can go first, Alex.
All right. Well, I think the reason I would go first is because I have the least impressions on Ty Dolla. I listen to his music the least. So I listen to Campaign and I listened to Beach House 3, I guess, but I've only listened to those once. So I listened to this album, kind of upsetting. It had 25 songs because I feel like as an artist, if you have 25 songs in a project, there's no way the songs are all good. And it's most likely that a majority of them, are kind of mid and not great. So 25 songs off the rip, I didn't like that. I was listening to it. The first thing that stood out to me was the production on it. The production was very unique at the beginning half of the album. And as I kept listening to it, the production kind of fell off and it just really, really sounded generic. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but it just sounded generic, I guess. And then as I went further and further through the album, every Ty Dolla song kind of blended together. And it was the same Ty Dolla you'd expect from any Ty Dolla song. So because it really started to blend together, the only people that stuck out to me were on the features and a few notable features. I don't have the list pulled up right now, but a few notable features I had was one, the Young Thug feature. I like that. Lil Durk had a feature on it, and I like that. Let me see. I don't really remember if I like features or not. But yeah, it the feature stuck out to me the most, and that's kind of sucks when it's an album. And the Anderson .Paak feature stuck out to me, but really all I remember was the features. Everything else just sounded like a 1 hour Ty Dolla album, or
It was
a 1 hour. Well, a 1 hour Ty Dolla song, I should say.
It was called
just sounded
featuring
like a
Ty
long
Dolla
song.
Sign, so
Yeah,
very on brand.
but I don't know, man. The features stuck out, so that's really all I have to say about it. Those features were good. The rest of them were, I skipped right over to Nicki Minaj feature. No hate to her. I wasn't trying to hear that.
What if Doja Cat was? What if it was Doja Cat?
Oh my god.
Nah, she's canceled, so I would have skipped over that. But actually, the Kalani feature was good too.
Oh, wow, nice, Alex, nice.
Yeah, I did like that, and I saved that song, Universe. I like that song.
What's crazy is like the Nicki feature. I think I just mentally blocked it out because I've heard that song a bunch of times, but I do not remember her feature at all. I think
was it a single?
I think so, but
Okay.
like I just every time I've heard that song, I think I just block out Nicki's verse.
Right.
I did not remember that shit.
That's what I do on that Carti album. That's tough.
Yo,
that's all I have to say about it.
I think Nicki did straight on the Carti album verse she had on Poke It Out, but we ain't gonna dive into that.
Yeah.
That's another subject for another time.
Yeah.
I just said that, motherfucker. I just said that.
I'm dead.
God damn.
Shit, but first, just like Alex said, like when you even just like pull up the album, it's almost damn near like discouraging. Even if you see the time, Just
Oh
you
yeah,
got to scroll down and just see this long ass list, and
facts.
it's hella features, and that almost like before you even listen to it, kind of turns you off. But like I did enjoy like in the beginning half, um, it was good transitions and it felt like a genuine project. And then as you just keep going on, it's just so many features and stuff. It just I don't know how to even explain it, but it just kind of took me out of the experience. Of course, some of the features were good and the songs were good, but yeah, like it started off pretty strong, and then it almost just felt like it was just like a hit playlist that he was just like kind of going for. So I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first half more, I want to say, but like I really liked the fourth song, the interlude into like the spicy featuring Post Malone, like the transition and shit. Like I really love transitions in the album. I feel like that feeds into like the experience of it. But
Yeah.
I think it was all right of a project. That like I said, it really kind of turned me off of the album with like the even with the time being so low, just it being so many songs and just features. It didn't feel like a genuine project, if that makes
Mm.
sense.
It just felt like a long ass like list of songs that he was like, all right, I got this laying around. But at the same time, I can't say that because, like you said, the transitions that he had really did kind of stand out to me. And I remember I went over to my buddy's Ethan's house, and he said the same thing. He said, the transitions on the album were pretty cool, and he said that from a
Hmm.
producer standpoint, and I say it from a producer standpoint, and you say it from a producer standpoint. So,
Yeah.
I did notice that, but yeah, I think it trailed off. I think you were spot on with that.
I personally, I enjoyed the album for the most part. I actually didn't really like the beginning too much. The middle portion was kind of where I liked it, and like the time never really bothered me, only because there was just so many like interludes and like little
Hmm.
skits like scattered throughout, so it didn't really feel like that long to me. And I listened to it. I think I gave it at least 2 listens, but overall, I liked it. I liked the features. With Ty Dolla Sign, like I like him as an artist, and I don't think I haven't really listened to a lot of his projects, but like I don't really. To me, he's an artist that needs support a lot of the
Hmm.
time. Like I feel like he does well with features, so I wasn't really expecting anything different. And my only complaint with the album is I wish there were just more like R&B infused songs in there. Like I feel like it's almost too
Yeah.
hip hop. Like it just feels like
That's low key a really good point.
Yeah.
yeah,
Nah.
like, and it, I guess on the album it does say hip hop, but like when I think Ty Dolla Sign, I don't necessarily think. I mean, he is obviously like he's kind of like a fusion, but
Hmm.
Yeah,
like I
I put
wanted
him in
to
that
hear
blank category.
I wanted to hear more R&B from him. I didn't.
Do you guys
Um,
do you guys count Post Malone as R&B?
I don't know, but
Yeah,
That's a
that's
good
a rabbit
question.
hole. That's a rabbit hole. But
yeah, that
I
is. I'm
I
not sure about that one.
I would
I
say
say
yes.
I say my favorite songs off it though are like I like "Lift Me Up" a lot. I like the production on that Universe with Kalani, and I also like "By Yourself." Like that little 3-song stretch to me was solid.
Mm.
Especially, I
Hmm.
also really like the transition from the Dr. Sebi track with like Young Thug into the Powder Blue.
Oh, you like that song? You like Powder Blue?
I like the transition. Powder Blue is a
Okay.
cool song itself, but the transition was tough.
Okay.
Yeah. Facts. I
Um,
agree on
And
that.
that adds on to it for sure.
yeah, but I don't know. Okay, album though. Probably the worst verse I ever heard, or not ever heard, but worst verse I heard this year on that Big Sean track.
Oh, yo, wait. Let me cut you off with that, Tando, because you sent the verse, and I was reading the verse, and I was like, that doesn't seem like that bad of a verse, and I was reading it, I was like, Tando, you're making a bigger deal out of this than it actually is. That I understand what he's saying. I listened to it, forgot you sent me that verse. I was like, man, this is not good, bro. Like, and I think it was the way he said it, like you said,
Yes.
the way
Yeah.
he said it, it was just like, bro, that's just kind of gross. But when I read it and I didn't hear the verse and I said it to myself, I was like, that's a fine verse, whatever.
Because
Nah.
that's
Yeah.
so huge. You could say the stupidest shit, but if you say it in the right way and it just catches people's ears a certain way, you can get a pass on it.
Right.
His
Like
flow was
in
so off
delivery.
too. Like
Yeah,
it was
I
so
peeped that
off.
as well.
Honestly, like the way you guys blocked out Nicki it was about like a mild blockage for Big Sean for me.
Mm.
I envy you
Damn.
because his
Well,
verses
yeah.
be just thinking up the place sometimes.
Oh my goodness, no. All right, well, let me get into my take. I thought it was interesting that he called it featuring Dolla. I mean, featuring Ty or whatever it's called, because I personally think for male hip hop and R&B, so hip hop artists and R&B, I think Ty has been a top 5 feature artist from 2015 to now, and like no particular order. You know, I would have Thug on there. I would have Jeremiah. Top 10, top 15, Drake, Black, you know, and Black, you know, this year alone, like 2019, 2020, like his features are just, he's hopping on a lot of like exotic tracks like that. He's just very versatile.
Facts.
But nah, Ty is definitely a top tier feature artist to where like if you have a good hook or like a diverse verse, you just know Ty gonna need his flowers in the end. Like, Cause this guy can have a 30-second feature and he's most likely gonna body it. Like that's just my opinion. And like I almost think he called it this to like let the world know, like, look, any song that's gonna feature me is gonna be an 8 out of 10 bop at least. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also do feel like, you know, the album was kind of an understatement. And the good reason for that is it didn't have enough R&B tracks. It was just too it was too much hip hop. The album was good, man, and I didn't save half the songs, but when I looked at the accumulated time that I had saved from the songs that I did have saved, I had a whole 30 minutes saved. So I literally saved half the album,
Dang.
which I feel like is a good album. And no half of the album really carried the other. It just seemed pretty solid. Some of my favorite features, which Quavo kind of surprised me, but I low key was bobbing my head to that. I was bobbing my head to that song. I was like, okay, like Quavo, you know, showing he can, you know, rap, you know, a little bit. Spicy was dope. Those were my favorite features. I was gonna ask you guys though, but before, sorry, everywhere, and slow it down. Just solo records that were just cool as well. Which I think I saved one out of the two strictly for my sex playlist that I'm gonna add. Anyways, I was gonna ask you guys, what did you guys think about the Kanye feature?
Oh hell!
Didn't he have 2, or am I bugging?
He had
Kid
two.
Cudi
You're
had
right.
one.
Might have.
He had
Oh,
2.
he
Track
had two?
6. Track
Yeah,
6
Ego
and
Death.
Ego Death.
Yep.
Track 6. Let me see track 6.
It's literally called Track 6.
I'm dead.
I saved track 6, but I feel like Kanye might have been a weak link on that. I say that because I got to listen to it again. But after I heard the song, you know, I read it. I was like, okay, cool, Kanye's coming up, and I listened to it. I was like, where was Kanye? Like, I don't remember a Kanye verse on there.
I don't either.
And
I don't remember Kanye verse either, to be honest.
Yeah,
Which is a good thing.
I don't know if he was on the hook or what. I say that song because of Anderson .Paak, and I think, again, I said it earlier, but I think he had the best feature, one of the best features on the album. He just sounded good, even if it wasn't, you know, lyrically intricate or anything like that. He just sounded good.
Personally, whenever I hear like Kanye is featured on something, or when I see Kanye's featured on something, I don't get excited anymore. I just hope he's just not ass. And I hope for the best. Because since Pablo, he's just, man, his verses, he be stinking it up. I'm sorry.
More than Chance the rapper.
Oh,
All right, bro, that's a whole.
Hey, but
talk about a wormhole.
Yeah, but I actually like Alaskan bullworm. But I actually like Chance a lot. So you know, I just said that, you know. So if Chance ever watches this, you know. All right. Anyway, next topic.
Honestly, you can't even compare the two though, because like Chance, like his verses aren't great, but he still has a good verse every once in a while. Kanye's be getting on tracks talking about a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah,
no, I agree with you, and I think Chance, even though I don't listen to Chance's music often, I think Chance is a lot more cohesive than Kanye, which is I think what you were saying, Tando. But like Kanye will just hop on a track and I don't know if it's his mental or what it is, but like it's just like, what was the point of that type
Yeah,
thing?
and I
Other than
remember.
just to say I got Kanye on a song. So you can say at one hand, I finally got my idol Kanye West on this song, but Kanye West just ruined my song.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, even though we're talking about Ty, fuck Ty, because I don't know if y'all heard that verse, but they were like, "Oh yeah, I told yeah he should run for president." Like, nigga, what is wrong with you? Like,
Ooh.
Dang.
I really wanted to turn off the album when I heard that shit. Like, I was like, oh my god, bro.
I mean, the fact that like he would still be at the same tier as the other two, and maybe that's a bold statement, but it's just that rough this year for elections.
Yeah, but let's get off that.
Yeah, I don't
we
want to
can get
talk
off
about
that.
politics too much.
Nah, for sure.
Oh, one thing you said, Ray, that Quavo feature, you said you like that?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
I heard it, and that was like the deciding factor of, okay, Quavo doesn't make good music anymore.
Wow.
I agree with you.
I heard that, and I was like, I think this is the end of, the Migos. Like, and I hate to say that because I've been around since like YRN1, but like, man, like Quavo, I do not like his features.
I listened to the tape twice, like honestly, and I didn't even think I was gonna do that in the first couple of days, but I did,
Right.
and it caught me, it grew on me, second listen. So
Personally, I mean, Quavo is I think it's been over for him for a long time, honestly. I mean, he has some okay ones every once in a while. Like I liked his verse I like what he did on Snitchin' on the Pop Smoke album, but overall, I see a Quavo feature. I definitely don't get as excited as I used to.
Yeah.
Like
go ahead, Cam. Go ahead.
When you're already like an artist that has limited things that you're bringing to the table, that already you're already limiting your longevity. Like with him being like everybody knows him for just being great with hooks. So for him to have a solo career and continuously like be proving something, you have to bring something more to the table than just hooks. Like,
right.
So, I guess I'm pretty much saying like it was going to happen within due time, So I guess it's just that point. And for Kanye, I feel like he should have like, I remember Andre 3000 said this in an interview, like people still to this day push him to make music, but you just got to recognize when it's past your time, because it just gets to a point where you're too far out of the loop, and you're ruining your career and your image because you're too much, like you're too older and like the age gap is too far and you just can't fit in with what's cool because music keeps elevating. So I feel like that and his mental state, I feel like that mixing together.
You talking about Quavo?
No. Kanye.
Oh, I was like, yo, okay. I was about to interject on that conversation, but I think you're spot on. I thought you were talking about Quavo. I was like, bro, this is a horrible comparison. But yeah, Andre to Kanye, that's a good comparison.
I'm dead.
Man. I was like, what?
Did any of y'all listen to Nah Nah Nah?
Yeah, that was not that good. Goddamn.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
I applaud you for even listening to that because I heard the snippet and I was like, nope.
Did you hear the baby on it?
Hell no.
You got a baby on it.
I saw the text like the screenshot of him saying like, "Oh, hop on this," and nope.
Every song by him sounds the same at this point.
I'm good.
But to be fair, we say every song sounds the same, and then Kanye gives us a beat that sounds like it's from goddamn Jupiter, and I wonder how, because I don't remember how like the baby hopped on it, but I feel like that would almost force the baby to have a different flow than the one flow he has.
See,
possible.
I don't like the baby and I don't listen to the baby, but like I feel like he gets a bad rap because like everybody's like, oh, he sounds the same when like everybody's favorite rappers sound the same. Like he just don't do it well.
Not to that extent.
Not yeah.
He did it well when he came out, And I found DaBaby. I was one of those people that was on him before Suge. I was listening to him.
Same. I think
The
Walker Texas
yeah,
Ranger is my favorite. My first song I heard from him.
that is my favorite song from him. That song is so good.
That song.
I forget which album it was, but I was on the album before the one with Suge on it. I'm looking at it right now. Actually,
check it out.
Blank Blank. That's the one I
Yeah.
found him, and that was the one with Walker Texas Ranger on it. So
Mm.
I found out about him there,
Okay.
and I was listening to that album. And that album was really good. And then I listened to the one after that, the one that had Suge on it, and that album was also good. And I think I don't have I have almost half the song saved off that. Suge's good, Going Baby's good, Pony's good, Babysitter's good.
That's a solid
Backhand and
album.
Walker Texas Ranger. So actually, but anyway, I listened to that album, and when he first came out, he was doing it really well, and I was like, man, this is unique. I really like this. And then the next album sounded like that one, and the next album sounded like that one, and I was like, all right, I'm tired of this. But that's when mainstream is like catching on, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
I
they're
feel like
always
it's-
late to shit we find early, and we get tired of it by the time it starts popping. At least me.
Yeah, that's where I feel like it's not even really him that's the problem. I feel like it's the business people around him that's the problem.
Oh, nah, definitely, man.
What y'all mean by that?
Like labels and
Like his PR team.
yeah,
Oh.
A&Rs, all that stuff. Like I feel like they're just gonna push that all the way into the ground because
doing
if
numbers.
he does, yeah, exactly, and that's all they care about. So, and if he doesn't go that way, he'll probably get shelved, and they'll find a new artist that will do the same thing and just recycle that.
Not shelved. I'm dead.
No. I think Cam. I think you're right on because I've heard him try stuff out, like
Mhm.
DaBaby singing. It's like, man, I am not trying to hear this. Like this is even worse.
Yep.
So I think he's in a tough place. He either has to run his style into the ground and get clowned on for it, and
Mhm.
be able to put up numbers so he can like make money off it and
Yeah.
feed his family and stuff like that. But if he were to go in a different route, which he might even want to do, it's
Mhm.
like, I'm not going to listen to that. It wouldn't be good. And I've heard him try to branch out on different songs, and it's like, please turn this off. So maybe he's just not versatile enough. And when you only have one sound, it's like there's only so long before people get tired of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool off that nigga.
Actually, but
definitely-
sorry to cut you off, Tando. I was going to say there's only like a certain amount of songs before you can get tired of somebody with one sound. But you say that's how I feel about like Alchemist and Derringer. You know what I mean? So I wonder if like the average listener who listens to DaBaby like just really likes that sound and finds those songs different and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like certain artists just aren't good enough to continue with one sound, and he's just one of them. Because there's a lot of niggas
Exactly.
that make the same music, but they just do it better because they're just better artists. And
Yeah.
it's hard to explain sometimes. Like somebody like Young
Right.
Nudie, I listen to a lot. He doesn't really make any different music than he did before,
Mhm.
but I just like hearing it more than like I'll turn that on before I turn on DaBaby any day.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think Young Nudie has done a good job of like at least switching it up with his production because
Yeah.
his older production felt a lot more. I don't even know how to like describe it. A lot more like I can't say electronic. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It felt a lot more dirty in the beats. Like whoever was producing that stuff like killed it on production, and he kind of changed it up as he went on. So
Mhm.
even though he's not versatile when it comes to singing and stuff like that, like I feel like he switched it up enough to where it doesn't get tiresome.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like the difference between like certain artists. Like some people like they stick too much to the exact sound, and I feel like that's what's happening with DaBaby. But some artists can be basically that same way, but switch it up a little bit, and that could be just enough for it to just not get too repetitive.
Yeah, I wonder if DaBaby just needs to switch up his flow because he said he has a top 5 flow in the game, but that's the only flow I've heard from him. So,
Mhm.
and I think Young Nudie, just while we're talking about it, I think Young Nudie has done a good job of switching up his flow, and it's not like you can give me 2 different Nudie songs, and I'm not going to say these sound the same, but you give me 2 different the baby songs, and I'm like, bro, these are the same song. Like, especially lately on Twitter, the snippets he's posted, it's like, bro, didn't you post this like 5 times already? No, those are all different songs. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, all right. So I think we should go into another big topic we have, the next 3 artists up. So y'all said the 3 that we have that, like, and I mean superhero when I say that, not superhero. What the heck? God dang. What am I trying to say? Superstar, not superhero. Man, that's crazy. The next like big artists that have the potential to be a star or a superstar in the game. And we're going off it that the current 3 are Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. So I'll let one of you guys go first if you want to.
I would love to hear. I would love to hear Tando's take personally.
I as well.
All right. Well, so honestly, mine right now, I say are probably Shmino, JID, and I'm like TBD on the last one. I might give that to Saba, but I don't know yet. Like I have to probably hear a little more from him. Because for me, Shmino, like, and it honestly, like, I'm just gonna preface this, like, nobody's ever gonna replace Drake, and Drake's like,
Facts.
Drake is just Drake, bro. And at the end of the day, like, I don't even know if any of these niggas have that type of star power. But as far as like people who I think match them in talent, not necessarily notability yet, I'd say is those 3. Actually, instead of Saba, let me scratch that. A lot of people probably haven't heard this guy, but IDK, he's from the DMV. Like, not one miss. He's very, very versatile, and he's starting to like slowly get more and more big name features. But somebody like Shmino, somebody like JID, I feel like they kind of have a little bit more of the pedigree as far as like most people already kind of know about them. And as far as like albums and stuff, like JID definitely hasn't had like the I'm Here album, but I think his next album will kind of be like his album that's gonna kind of show everybody that like he's next. Smino's already dropped like he hasn't missed in my opinion though. So I think and he's super versatile. Like all that's the thing with all of them is they're all versatile enough to where I can see them having that type of impact on the culture. Cause like, and some people will be like, oh, Lil Baby, Roddy Rich, like other people like that. But like, my only thing with them is like, while I do enjoy their music, I don't feel they have the range. Not saying that like they're not gonna get there or like they might very well be like the next big 3 or big whoever you want to say. But for me, I want my artists to have like that type of range, and like I just don't think a lot of these new niggas have range. Not that it's gonna matter in the grand scheme of things, because with streaming and the way things are, the way things work now, like you don't really necessarily need to have that range. But that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I agree, and I think Tando, I kind of want to piggyback off your answer because 2 of our artists are the same artists. Number 1 for me is also Smino. I think that is the most versatile person in the game right now. If you take away, Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. And he's not very old, and he's still underground, but he's putting out crazy amounts of talent. He looks like god dang playoff Rondo out there with all these dimes, but because last 2 albums are both 10s in my opinion. So I got Smino as one. Jid, you said that's the other one that I have. And I think Jid, just like you said, he doesn't have that I'm Here album, but I went back and listened to him. And I wasn't big on him when I first heard him. And a part of it was his voice, I guess. I wasn't a big fan of his voice. I went back and listened to it. I listened to DiCaprio too. And that album was just really good. And he impressed me with his versatility. And he's one of the very few guys out there that are crazy good at rapping and crazy good at singing. So, if he has that I'm Here album and he does it correctly, I think he's up. Do y'all know how old Jid is off the top of your head?
Honestly, I think he's about 27 or 26 or something.
Yeah, I was gonna
he's
say
older
like
than he
20.
looks.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't look that old.
Shmino's kind of old too.
Yeah, facts. But I mean, even then, that's not crazy because when like some of these people are at the top of the game, they're at like 30 and stuff like that.
Yeah, it don't matter. But
so, and then for the third one, I It's crazy because you just clowned on him, but I think if Roddy Ricch really got better at like rapping, I think he's one of the best at singing out there. Um, and he's good at making a catchy hook. And then that album, please excuse me for being antisocial. We are talking about it in the group chat, but that entire album got overshadowed by one song, which was The Box. And that whole album was very good. And going back to listening to it, I was impressed. So if he just got a little bit more versatile and worked on his pen a little bit more, I think he has potential to be one of those next big faces. And if I'm not mistaken, he's pretty young.
No, he's very young.
Yeah. So like
I'm
early
positive.
20s, right?
Yeah, he's very young.
Yeah. So I think he has potential.
Yeah, he's my age. He's 22.
Yeah, he's
his
22.
His birthday just passed.
So yeah, just turned 22. So I think, you give that man 8 years and look at all the talent he has and all the numbers he's put up. As long as his career doesn't go downwards following The Box, which is kind of hard because you're chasing a song that has over 1 billion plays. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if I'm not mistaken, that's a number off the top of my head. But yeah, if he manages to just work on himself and drop another solid album and another catchy song, I really think he has potential as well. But those are my three.
I'm not mad at that. Even though I did, I wasn't trying to clown him, but like, I feel you though. Like he's definitely one of my favorites from that ilk of like artists. So
right,
it wouldn't surprise me if he got there. To be honest,
yeah, and I'm still saying he has to grow to get there too. I'm not saying where he's at right now is good enough to make him a star, but he has 2 out of the 3 things that are really, really important, which are hook making, ability to sing, and then now you just need a pen and the stuff that goes along with having a nice pen. So he still has to grow, but he just turned 22. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sounds like Tatum as a Celtics fan. Goddamn, he's only 22. I had to ask. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the number 1 spot with Smino for sure. For obvious reasons, you guys just explained it. He's obviously extremely versatile. I think this next project that he drops it's gonna be a statement. I think it's gonna change things for him. Of course, he's already like his last project boosted him. Like each project that he puts out, almost it feels like it boosts him up a whole nother level. And so I think this next album that I don't know when it's gonna drop, but I always see him, this engineer Ali and like his whole crew just in the studio, I guess, mixing the project.
You talking about Mixed by Ali?
Yeah,
yeah. No,
that's Kendrick. That's Kendrick. Yeah, that dude's crazy.
Yeah, they've been in the studio a lot, and I think they've just been playing the album and just mixing it and just, I guess, putting the finishing touches on it. So I think this project is going to be huge for him. But that and just him grinding on features and everything, like he's definitely, I could see him blowing up. But the other 2 are like out of my box. I've heard them; they're all right to me. Nothing crazy, but I could just see the way, like with the way the industry works and how they're like networking and carrying themselves, and besides the music, and also just like popularity and how things work in the industry, I could see them going up. And one of those is Ty Fontaine. I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
Oh, I just started listening to him.
Yeah, I could see him really blowing up.
What is his name?
Ty Fontaine.
How do you spell it?
Ty and then Fontaine, Fontaine, I believe. And he's got like that, like Uzi, Lil Key, like a mixture of those type of artists, And he's usually produced by Nick Mirror. So I think he's really probably gonna blow up, like, and be huge in some years. And the other one is Guap Dad 4000. Just from like content and just like everything I could just see people like biting in, just going into, and I could see him being a huge feature artist too, because he connects with a lot of big artists, and he's not even a big artist. That's one thing that really shocked me, because when I first heard of him, it was like this video that he posted on his birthday like some years ago. I was thinking he was just going to be like a a social media presence, like a IG comedian, like that type of thing. And then later came back and found out he made music and stuff, and then he was already collaborating with big artists, which was like confusing me. And I mean, he's not musically that talented to me, but I, like I said, the way the music industry works and stuff like that, I could see him really blowing up. But he does have some songs that are all right that I do like, but he's definitely an artist I could see going up.
I like those answers because you approach them from an industry standpoint, and you understand that we as us four are a lot more invested in music than a lot of people are. So I like that. I like both the I like the Ty Fontaine pick especially. But yeah, I like those answers. And then Ray, I don't know if you have Jid on your list. I don't want to cut you off by saying this, but I feel like one thing Jid has to prove, because at least the three of us said Jid. Again, I don't know, Ray, if you have him or not, but I think the only thing he's kind of has to deal with is him being in that spot where he's putting out insanely good music right now, insanely good music. And I think we can all agree on that, but there's a reason he's not at the top of the list. So he has to make a decision whether or not he's going to keep pursuing that avenue, or if he's going to try to switch it up and really try to hit mainstream. So I think that's something he has to deal with. But that was just a side note.
One thing I will say about Jid is I'm gonna have Jid at the one well, can't even say the one because no one's coming for Drake's crown, right? So we're basically putting in the 2 and 3, and then I guess the 4 now. So
6 men of the year.
So, but the first thing I'm gonna say is like, I was gonna say something about Jid. Oh yeah, I feel like he's the safe bet. As far as being at the 1 spot and at the 2 spot, and I say that because I was gonna ask you guys, like, do you guys feel like Smino is too good to be appreciated by casuals? And does he have to dumb it down for casuals?
Nah.
I don't believe that, because and I'll tell you what, I was very skeptical about mainstream and their ability to accept people that are that creative on that level until I saw what happened to Tyler. I never thought Tyler would be this big to where Igor would get all this recognition. He has a Grammy and all this stuff. To me, it's not only Tyler. There's other people who've done it as well. But to me, somebody like Tyler has really reinvented the wheel. Somebody who makes extremely creative, left field music, and is loved by the masses now, I think.
Yeah.
So for me, somebody him and Smino don't really make similar music at all, but I think if somebody like that could get on with all his history and all his crazy stuff he used to rap about on Bastard and Wolf, I think somebody like Smino could definitely get on. I don't think there's such thing. This is just my opinion. I don't think there's such thing as being too good or too unique to make it through the masses, especially the way streaming works and social media, and there's just so many ways for people to get exposed.
No, I'm not saying that.
Comparison.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he'll be too good to not get noticed. But I'm just saying too good to be appreciated to where he won't be that 2 guy. We're talking Kendrick and J. Cole here. So are we saying Smino is really going to be at that 2 spot soon, or has the potential?
Yes,
I think he does.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. I'm not implying anything. Implying any of my own opinions. I'm just asking questions. You know what I'm saying? I love hearing you guys' takes. So.
I definitely get where you were coming from.
I'm not. But Cam, I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna finish breaking down my list.
I still want to go on that Smino take.
Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cam, you can go first. Do you want to go first, or?
You can say what you wanted to.
All right. I was gonna say that I feel like some people are too talented to be noticed by the mainstream, and that's because there's different lanes in music, and the mainstream really only focuses on kind of one lane. You know what I mean? The top songs always, a lot of them have a similar sound and a similar pattern you have to follow. And a lot of the stuff these guys do in the Smino lane, they're very, very talented, but it makes you talented because you're able to be successful in a different lane, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but I think Smino's at a point where that man is so talented that I'm not saying he is Drake, but I almost have to compare him to Drake because he can sing, he can write, he can do, everything you want. And he can also make, catchy hooks and stuff like that. So you're looking at a skill set. Again, I'm not saying it's as great as what Drake has done, because I think we can all agree Drake is the last superstar we had since like Michael Jackson. But yeah, I think Smino has the skill set that Drake has. So I think he's past the point where he's slightly too talented to go overlooked. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's my take.
I'm gonna say, since it was my question, Cam, I hope you don't mind me chiming in on his take. But I was gonna say, first of all, I would say Chris Brown was the last superstar we had, but I don't know, that guy can
I'm talking
dance.
Superstar, like Bron Jordan type thing. You know what I mean? Like Bron Jordan, Kobe. Those are like superstars in my opinion. I mean, like number one.
Drake's
not that bag.
Drake's not even as versatile as Smino though.
But what I was saying is Drake was a number one guy, and he has a skill set that a lot of people don't have. So even if you don't like Drake's lyricism, you like his ability to sing. If you don't like his ability to sing, you still might like his ability to make a hook. And that's what I was really trying to say. But when I meant superstar, I mean like number one guy, and it's kind of undisputed. And I think Drake was the last guy to do that. If you bring up Chris Brown, I think there's a lot of guys. I can't name any off the top of my head, which, I guess I sound like a fool for saying that, but I feel like there was a lot of guy that kind of rivaled Chris Brown, and Chris Brown wasn't undisputed number one, but Drake definitely had the crown at one point.
But none of those guys, I feel like none of those guys we hear about today. So it doesn't, that definitely shows that Chris Brown won in the end.
I don't think Chris Brown ever got to that level that he could have got to for a variety of reasons, which I'm sure we all know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Chris was never there for me anyway. I'm not the biggest Chris Brown fan.
No, I'm not like well versed on like his discography either, but I'm gonna give credit where it's due. I'm pretty sure if I went through his discography, like not even just like his whole discography, if I went through his last album, I'm pretty sure I would find 6 songs I could add to my playlist, which for me, that's a big plus. And the guy, he's timeless, man. So, but I'm gonna address the rest of your take as well. Let me see. You said something about actually just screw it. I forgot. So Cam, you can go ahead with your take.
And real quick before Cam goes, I'm sorry, we keep interrupting you, Cam. But I was gonna say, did y'all peep the album that he had with Young Thug, Slime and B, I think it was called. Chris Brown,
I really enjoyed that album.
It was really good.
That shocked me.
It was really good.
I still haven't listened to that, and that's weird. But that's mainly because I don't like Chris Brown. But if y'all all liked it, I'll go back and listen to it.
It was a shocker, man. It was.
Shit was surprisingly good.
It was very, very, very good.
I'm definitely gonna check it, because most of the times those collab albums are just kind of like, you know what I mean? It's not great. Because a lot of the times it's songs one artist wants to hop on, but the other really doesn't. So they kind of got to force, a verse rather than waiting for their ideal song. So, I'll listen to that if y'all are all saying it's real good.
Very, very solid album. It should have got more recognition. I think if Corona didn't happen, it definitely would have gotten more recognition.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Bitches at the beach, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Go Crazy would have been the anthem, bruh.
For real. Down there, it still kind of was.
Yeah, it still kind of was. Low key, yeah. Low key. Niggas wasn't wearing their mask, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
I was just gonna ask something, but I forgot. Oh, do you guys think part of the reason they didn't succeed so much was because of the way they handled it on the marketing side of things?
Yeah.
I
didn't see Thug talk about it too much.
Yeah,
and if it was music videos come out for it, that would have changed things.
I felt like they both know that they're like cemented in the game, and that they're both so talented. They're like, you know what? Fuck the promo. We're gonna let the work speak for itself. They gonna eat this shit up regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and they didn't. That's tough.
They dropped it on like a Tuesday too.
Well, you didn't, Alex, for sure.
Yeah, I know. Y'all three did, but I didn't. So I don't know. Maybe I'm the minority here.
Before we get too far off from it, I wanted to still make that comment back to
on the Smino question.
Yeah, back to Smino. But I feel like the thing, like even besides talent, what's gonna do it for Smino is um his female audience.
Mm,
That's a
facts.
good one, man.
Yeah,
That's a
That's a
So
good
great.
one.
That's a
huge.
great point.
that's a great point, bro.
Like he has a huge female audience, and it's only gonna grow. So
Yeah,
I think
facts.
that's really what's gonna push him up there.
Yeah, I'm not a scientist, but I'm sure Drake was the same starting out.
I was
Yeah,
just about to say. I was just about to say because we're talking about we kind of almost neglect it in a sense, but that makes up 50% of the population, and women like music too. So
hmm
it's not like So having that quote unquote sex appeal is like a real big thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah,
So
most girls aren't
I
gonna be
think you're
like, "Hey,
spot
yo,
on with
go."
that.
Most girls ain't gonna be like, "Oh yeah, turn on that JID." Like,
They're not
exactly,
gonna. You're not gonna play Benny
exactly,
in the car with a female.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I
yeah.
think they said that on the
exactly.
Joe Budden podcast. Like,
Back my
as much
Griselda.
as I love Benny, like I'm not turning him on the car with a female. You
Right.
know.
Yo, all right, let me finish this take, yo. So I feel like I feel like Jid and Smino have different genres they can go into. I feel like Jid could do like a more like I've seen Jid do like a more slow tempo R&B type of pace, while I've never really seen like Smino do like a slow tempo R&B. But I could be wrong. But I've seen,
Whoa,
what?
Yeah. Nah.
Especially his
Isn't that, isn't
features.
that isn't that like everything?
man, he hasn't really been in my rotation, but I guess I have to see how slow y'all are talking, man. Because
Bruh,
his
Netflix.
When I think of Black Swan, I think of R&B.
Yeah, I was
Exactly.
gonna
Like Black
say, just
Swan
go
is
back to
such.
that project.
oh yeah, Black Swan is fire. Yeah.
Maybe not Noir, but like Black Swan definitely.
I don't
Yeah,
personally look at Smino as an R&B artist, but like I
He's a
see
blend.
his appeal in R&B, if that makes sense. Like I think of him as a
No,
rapper,
yeah, definitely,
but
yeah.
I see his appeal. And I remember there was a podcast I was listening to. It was probably the Joe Budden podcast,
Mhm.
and Sir was talking about like new great
Sir?
R&B acts. Yeah, Sir. And he actually mentioned Smino, which I thought was interesting because that was the first time I really heard of anybody like classifying him as R&B.
That's what's
Mm.
up, dude.
And I seen an interview. It was a that Smino did with one of Mick Jenkins' homies, because he had like a little YouTube like interview series, and on the interview he was talking about like how Smino sings, and he didn't even want to recognize that he sings. He didn't even want to classify it as that. He wanted to say what did he say? I think he said he be crooning. Like he doesn't even want to consider
Cool
it
ass
like
nigga.
yeah, like he doesn't.
Damn.
I feel like he's trying to make sure that he's not pushed into one group area,
Very,
but
very
he
smart,
can,
yeah.
but he can do all of them, like almost like that's like he's fully in that genre.
Yeah.
One
I
I was gonna say one Smino song that I really like that you guys put me onto a while ago, and was that Backstage Pass, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know what
That genre's tough.
I'm not even sure what genre that. I feel like that's like alternative. I feel like that can almost be like
Well,
rock.
he sampled "Money by the Drums," which is a like quote unquote alternative song.
Yeah.
And then Monty Booker just put Monty Booker did his Monty Booker thing and made it
Yeah.
magic. You know what I mean? So, but I would say because he sampled an alternative song, it's kind of in that alternative genre.
That nigga Monty Booker, goddamn Booker T's
Wizard.
son. That nigga Booker
Man.
T's son. That's why this goddamn.
That's another secret behind Smino that could really push him
yeah.
too, just the production.
And see,
Well,
like
I was gonna-
Monte Booker's like his 40.
Yeah, really, exactly.
Yeah, facts. And Monty Booker has his own sound, just like you said. Like 40 has his own sound. Like nobody out there can replicate what Monty Booker does, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like you may be a better producer than Monty Booker, but you can't replicate what he does. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
I think that's key. And when it comes to like a lot of people boxing them into R&B, I think the reason he gets boxed into that category by like a lot of people is that one, he can sing his ass off, and two, he's in a unique genre that you don't know what to call. So they're like, all right, this is more R&B than it is trap. So we're just gonna call him an R&B artist type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, even saying someone's better than Monty Booker, that's I feel like that's like a subjective take. There's no like science to it, so I mean, I mean, someone could muster up something, but
it's definitely subjective. I agree with you.
Have y'all heard his? Oh, sorry, go on, bro.
No, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, have y'all heard his song "Cushmas"? It was on like the little 2-song EP.
Bro, that project
Christmas?
was pretty good. That project was fucking good.
Yeah, it was only 2 songs, but those songs were solid as hell. And like,
Slay is my shit.
Cushmas was weird because like it really had to grow on me. Like at first I was like, what is he doing? Because like he was really like on some like crooning shit. Like, it sounded like he like yelling off a balcony or some shit. Like, but like it just goes. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like, and I don't think a lot of niggas can make songs like that.
Well, I guess it's perfect timing, because Christmas was right around the corner. That was like the Christmas two song project he put out, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember listening to it. I wasn't feeling it, and it probably has to grow on me as well.
Yeah,
I didn't go back to it. I didn't go back to it. But nah. So I'm gonna get into JID. Because you guys have convinced me Smino is gonna be the second option.
Hey, 4 for 4 like a Wendy's meal. You know what I mean? Like,
4 for 4. Hey, 4 for 4 like Saba said. That's Saba's next meal, and folks don't even know it. That's what Saba said. but look. So I feel like Jid has already had that "I'm Here" album, Alex. Especially since he had the whole thing with 2K. I think it was on NBA 2K19 where he had Strawberries on there. That really brought a lot of attention. That really brought a lot of attention to him. Like people was hearing his bars and it was just like, what? Like what does nigga just say? Like that shit's hard. So I feel like he just has to have that like I'm not fucking around type of album. Type of statement album.
That's what I mean is an "I'm Here" album. Like an "I'm Here" album to me is just a statement album. Because he definitely has, like you say, Jid. People know the name, but the average person isn't gonna come in the car and play Jid. You know what I mean? So like, or even give him the respect he deserves, if that makes sense. So the average person will know Jid, but they're not gonna give him his flowers while he's here unless he comes out with a crazy album that says like you said, I'm not messing around. So
yeah, I mean it's been a while since he dropped as well.
DiCaprio 2 was in what 18 or was that 19?
Yeah, I think it was late. I think it was late 18.
It was,
but
I do think.
We're still good, right?
I'm gonna get into my. What time did you have a take on Jid before I get to IDK?
The last thing I was gonna say about Jid was I think that Jid should branch out more. I think he should sing more. Like, I don't know if y'all heard "Hereditary," but that's like my favorite song.
Yeah.
Oh man, Tando. Man, I wish I could fist bump you right now, head ass. Because like "Hereditary," man, for sure,
That and Somebody as well. That's like slightly different. Like I really like if he really on his next project flexes his versatility, it'll be over. It'll be over.
Yeah.
He also has a song called "Sandstorm" with Mariba. I don't know if y'all heard that.
Yeah.
He has it's like a duet with her, and he.
I wanted to say too, like he has a song called this was gonna be my song of the day, but I think Ray has it today, so I'm just gonna bring it up.
I got the sleeper. Yeah.
All right, then I will. Should I save it or should I just say it?
Hold it off.
Yeah, hold it off, man.
All right, never mind. But he has a song. I'm not gonna give it away. He has a song, and there's a beat on it that he hopped on. It was off DiCaprio too. He hopped on that beat. I was like, bro, like I would never think Jid would hop on this beat. You know what I mean? This beat is crazy, and I can see somebody else getting on it. But Jid just did that beat right. Like I don't know. So that impressed me. I'll play it later in the podcast.
I'm gonna get into IDK right now. Tando, I meant to tell you. Jid was singing he does little vocals. he does little vocals. I think he did some on the Revenge of the Dreamers, and then he did some on Spit Legend. But I understand what you're saying. He needs to sing more on his own projects. So I feel like that's what you were saying.
And features too. I mean, either one. Because he's been killing that.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's
like
nice.
He does
yeah, he's nice with the shiz, man.
I found him off the sorry to cut you off real quick. I found him off the Colors thing he did. I forget what song it was, but he was singing one song. Maybe you guys know what it was, but his vocals just impressed me because those Colors projects on YouTube don't have mixing on them. So he was singing like crazy.
It was dang.
It was Mama Carl, where the fuck you at?
I've been praying to the Lord
on the road.
Yeah, working out. It's working out. Yeah, working out.
Yep.
I love working out.
He did that on Colors, but they don't put. I don't think they put effects on that. It's just raw singing. It's not effects or anything like that. And you hear some people hop on those. Is like, man, if you don't walk off the stage right now, this sounds horrible. But you know, Jid came up there and he was like, I heard it. I was like, man, this is so good. Like, it sounds better. I like that version of the song better than the actual song. And the actual song is real good, if that says anything.
That's how I feel about that's low-key how I feel about, well, I don't feel like this, but Sir had a Colors episode too with John Redcorn or however you say it. And Sir was just floating on that shit, boy. Like,
you said it sound better?
It didn't sound better, but it was a bop. It was a bop as well, though.
I'm only saying that because that song's amazing already.
That song
I can't imagine the song getting better.
Yeah, no facts. But one thing I'm gonna say about IDK is I do feel like he has the potential to battle Jid for that third spot. Hopefully he can pick some good features that like he meshes with as well. Just not going after big names like, oh, let me get Kanye. Like, nah, hell nah. Obviously, y'all don't want Kanye. Y'all don't want Kanye. So you know what I'm saying? So he just has to pick the right features. But I feel like this guy is super, like, man, he's interesting because like he has like when he raps with like he carries like he has that grit, you know, like you know what I'm saying? He grew up on that street life, you know what I'm saying? The streets of MD, you know what I'm saying? DMV, whatever. But he also has like a soulful side, and it seems like he has like a brighter outlook on life. You know, he had that one song on his last album. He was talking about the birds and shit. Had the birds in the background and shit.
You talking about
European Skies.
European Sky?
Yeah. So he
was that a project?
That was the name of the project. The name of the project that was called "Is He Real?"
Oh yeah. All right, go ahead.
But I think he has a different outlook. I feel like he's very like creative as far as the way he thinks, and I think that's gonna allow him to give us a lot of very unique tracks.
One thing that's interesting about him too is all his albums, like his major albums, like not counting the IDK and Friends, they're all like concept albums.
Yeah, he's good at that.
A lot of niggas don't do. That's like a lost art.
It is a lost art, man.
Like how? Give me an example of how that was a concept album. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Real?
I'm just curious for myself. Yeah.
Is He Real? So Is He Real?
I didn't peep it. I didn't get through it.
Is He Real is basically referring to like the concept of like, is God real? Like, if you, I don't know if you peep the intro, but like in the intro, like I'm not gonna go in depth, but like that's basically the whole gist of that album. Is like, is God real? Especially if I'm going through all this bullshit, like, is God real? Type shit.
Okay, that is a really cool concept. And I think you're right. A lot of people don't do that, but yeah, I didn't hear the album, so.
Now, I will say with that album, I don't feel like he really went into that too much on a lot of the tracks, but that's like the overarching thing, like in like a lot of the skits and stuff. His other albums, I'd say, are they stick a little bit more to that concept, like whatever concept it is. Because like there was one album he had called Empty Bank that literally motivated me to move out of Georgia and go back to Maryland, because it was all about money and how you handle money and just the shit that happens is being an adult dealing with money. That's a project?
It's called Empty Bank?
Yep.
Let me check that out.
I'm telling you, bro,
it sounds fire, to be honest.
You can't go wrong with any of his albums, like from Subtrap on. You can't go wrong.
Man, maybe I just didn't like that sound, because I listened to
He
I
got
listened to
he got Masego on his shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, that has to be fire.
Fun fact, I don't know if I told y'all this, but my roommate actually has a music video with Masego. It's
Damn.
called there's like a song called Good to Know with this other dude from the DMV named Cicero. It's a good song.
Cicero.
That's huge.
But yeah.
Man. Yeah, well, should we move on to the 3-song stretch topic?
Sure.
All right, bet.
I'll give my take first on that.
Okay. So Ray found on Twitter, this is just a Twitter take, but it was asking a better 3-song stretch off Carti's 2 albums that he has. The first 3 was off his self-titled. It was Yamin, Flex, and Kelly K. And the second 3 was off Die Lit, and it was Mileage, Flatbed, Freestyle, and No Time. So go ahead, Ray. The floor is yours.
Actually, one of y'all can go. Let me pull up my notes real quick.
Wait, liar. I'm just playing. Nah, what do y'all can go first? I mean, Cam or Tando?
Oh, go ahead, Tanda.
No, you go on, bro.
I'll go.
Oh my
Anyways,
Musical chairs like shit.
Man,
like
I'm saying.
Are we taking into account like when you guys hear a good song, especially on like a self-titled, like are you taking into account are we taking into account the features? Are we gonna do that for this stretch? Like for the stretches that he has?
I think you have to.
And like how the features may have made the song a little better. Like, are we gonna discredit Carti, or are we just gonna say like, oh, like it's a song, period? You know, 2 people can work together on a song. Are we just gonna say like?
I think the latter is a good option. I think you know, like I judge music by the body of work created. So you know, if you have Chief Keef on Mileage, for an example, and the only part of that song I remember is the hook, and I mean that's still off Carti's album. So
Yeah.
The best feature for me off either of the stretches was the however you
Levin
say
Kelly?
that nigga name. Yeah, Levin Kelly. Like that.
that shit
That's
was
the
good.
best song out of either of them. That's not to give away my actual take because I don't know, but yeah, that was the best feature for me personally.
Yeah.
I think I love, you know, like Flatbed. I mean, not Flatbed. Dot Lit came out 2018, and that was the year that I found God. And man, so No Time really was just like, it was really dope. I even made a remix to the song. I was fucking with it that much, and I just like the hook and, you know, drawing the demons, like the whole drawing your demons out thing, which most people are gonna do by smoking. But you know, I'm not, you know, not a fan of smoking or whatever, you know. But anyway, Flatbed Freestyle, definitely gonna go down as, you know, a top 20 bop of the decade. I don't know if y'all agree with that or not, but that song is crazy. And
Of the decade?
let me say 2015 to 2020. Let me say that, like I did for Tando.
All
That's
right.
not even one of my favorite. That's not even one of my favorite Carti songs, to be honest.
Yeah, mine
Shit,
either.
that's one of my least favorite.
Same.
The Suburban dudes were going crazy when y'all
Yeah, they
Suburban
were.
dudes.
When-
Oh my
when
They were
god.
going
No.
crazy fast.
That's
No.
facts though.
not on Flatbed. I'm talking about on Y'all Mean. Like they were going
Oh.
crazy. Like Kelly K. Kelly K. I don't even remember how that goes. So
That's a hit.
is that the one that be
Yeah.
like, oh, they mad?
Nah.
No,
it's
it's
not
not
that one?
about white
White
girls.
House.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
wow.
go. Yeah.
I feel
That
like
one.
that. I feel like those two. I feel like Y'all Mean and Kelly K just didn't age as well as. I don't know. I'm biased because I like No Time. You know, I found the God and everything. So that's tough. But I'm gonna have to go with Die Lit, man. Even though I feel like Flex may just be the best song, but
It is.
you know, let me
My
hear y'all
opinion.
takes, man. Let me hear y'all takes.
Wait. Let me ask one thing. You don't think Yamin aged well? Ray.
See, the thing about me is, you know, either I'm an introvert or I'm just lame as fuck. So I don't go out and do exciting things. I'm not out with the squad to where we driving on the highway and I can play shit like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I
like
just play it for
have no
myself
idea.
though. I'll be in the car by myself and I play that song and that song goes crazy. That's probably my favorite. Flex is probably the best song on this list, but Yamin might be my favorite. Just because the bounce that has, maybe Cam can relate on that, but the bounce on that song is nuts, man.
Yeah.
So that's probably my favorite, even if it isn't the best. So 1, that's my favorite. 2, Flex is the best. And Kelly K is straight, but I think those 2 really like
Carried.
yeah, those 3 carried Kelly K, and Kelly K wasn't that bad because Kelly K is catchy. But I gotta go with the first 3. But at the same time,
Is Kelly K better than Mileage?
no.
What do you think, Cam?
What is Kelly K better than Mileage?
Yeah.
That really comes down to the way you're looking at it. Because I look at Kelly K like that shit is damn near an anthem. In my opinion, like that shit is damn near an
That's true.
anthem, bro.
No,
like
that's true.
with the way it is, like
That's how you get down,
Somebody with the
Cam?
white hose in his car.
like that shit, like not even just like for me though. I'm saying just like
No, yeah, I
period.
know
like
yeah.
what kind of song it is, like that's an anthem type of song. And the
Yeah.
way it, like the effect it had at shows, like if you watch it on YouTube, like just the effect that song had on people, like it immediately, like people will lose their minds. I mean, that is for like a lot of Carti songs, but that one is just, it's like, because it's certain songs that people would like really just have people losing their minds from Carti, and that's a huge one.
Let me
Like
find
Flex,
out.
I don't think has never been played at. It's a great song. It's easily the best one out of this group.
Well, I don't know
But
about easily.
that's never been played at
I don't know
a
about
concert
easily,
for a reason.
Let
I
me
mean,
find
the
out.
way it's put together, I'd say easily.
Maybe
Like
maybe
it's
maybe I gotta revisit it, but
No, it was put together, well.
I would
Yeah.
argue Flex is put together better than Kelly K.
No, it is to me. Flex it might be one of Cardi's
And that-
best songs, to be honest.
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
thought-
that,
I-
yeah.
that
my
flow
bad.
switch-
That's
talking
what I
about
meant.
Flex.
I was
That's-
talking about
No,
Flex.
he was talking about
That's
Kelly
why.
K.
No, I thought he was talking about Flex. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
was
was
talking
talking
about
about
Kelly
Flex. I was
Wait,
talking about
I thought you were
Flex.
Oh, I
I was
Yeah.
talking about Kelly K
Oh.
first with like the anthem and
Yeah.
stuff, but I like as
Oh,
far as
okay.
like
All
that's
right.
like
Oh, okay.
yeah, my
All
bad,
no,
right,
my
Flex
bad.
no, that's my fault. That's my fault. But man, I thought you were trying to tell me like Kelly K was put together better than Flex. I was like,
Oh
man,
no,
like you better give
No,
man,
that's
put together
easy
the
one because
best plug on earth.
it don't even really like go like most Cardi songs go. Like I
Oh,
was
yeah.
I
That's
was
so
not
unique.
expecting that when I first heard that song.
Yeah, random fact. I heard that Cardi was in the studio. I think when Frank Ocean made Nights, and so I think that
Ooh.
Flex
Oh, my God.
had an influence
Impact on
on that. Yeah,
Man,
That's hella random. Oh my!
That
I didn't
is
even
hella
know
random.
they
But that's a hella
associated
like
with each
fire
other.
fact.
Well, I definitely
Yeah.
hope. I definitely hope there's more. I was going to say I definitely hope there's more songs like Flex on this new upcoming album.
There won't
If-
be. There won't.
it
be.
won't be.
Facts.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
will not be.
I hate to burst your bubble, but it's gonna be 50 minutes of at me. You know what I mean?
Or worse,
Or worse.
Listen, man. For
if
me,
it comes out.
Tough. If it comes out. No cap.
Hey, but now he doesn't have to worry about his kid or his wife. Ooh, that's tough.
I think he's gonna take care of his kid at least.
No, he will. I was just joking when I said that. But yeah,
but for me personally, though, I feel like I'm very biased to Die Lit. I just like Die Lit generally more than I like Self-Titled.
Mhm.
And Flatbed Freestyle is cool. I think it's overrated. I like No Time.
facts.
And I also really like Mileage. Like Mileage is probably my favorite out of the three. But like out of all the songs, Flex is my favorite. But like Yamin is just cool to me. I like Yamin, but I don't really go to it a lot. And then Kelly K. All I remember is the White Hose line. That's it. I don't remember nothing else. That song.
That's a
Wow.
good point, Tando. Because I don't think none of these are the two people remember any.
Nah, I remember because after he said white hose, he said let's go.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I remember Let's Go too.
Wow.
That's it.
He said white hose, let's
Yeah.
go. I was like, okay.
When I heard Cam like start hyping up Kelly K, I was like, bro, this man Cam probably has Margot Robbie as a wallpaper right now.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
I have a take on that I don't think I should say on here.
Nah, let it off, bro.
I'm
Nah,
honestly
don't get
not
us
even-
canceled, bro. We're only on the second episode, bro.
It's Cam though. It's Cam though. I don't think Cam will do it
Chill,
to us, man. I gotta worry about you and Ray. I think Cam will be
I'm
okay.
not gonna say anything crazy.
Yeah,
This is just
I don't think Cam. I don't think Cam has that much
preference.
range when it comes to
All
this.
right, all right.
Hey,
bet,
yo,
bro. Let's go.
Well, you don't think he got that much
Let it off,
range? I don't know about that, but
No,
You're-
Let it off, Cam.
No, I mean, like when it comes to wild stuff.
Oh yeah. No, I probably got the biggest range when it comes to wild shit, bro. That damn Megan Thee Stallion impression. But all right, Cam, let it off, man.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of I don't mess with white women, so that statement's
I
cap.
gotta cut that out. What's the timestamp? 48. All right, y'all, we're back. Sorry for the cutout.
Oh my god.
Margot Robbie is elite though. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
yeah.
not elite.
Scarlett Johansson too.
Yeah, nah,
But
shit.
that's
Man,
that's
I
about
really
it.
edited
That's about it.
Elite milk.
Nah, that's not gonna get us canceled. That's just a preference.
So have we all done our takes? I think we all done our
Wait,
takes.
no.
on this one.
No. I have to say the big difference between self-titled and Dilit. Dilit had a like it almost feels like the songs had like a spell to them. Like the replay value on them are ridiculous.
Facts.
No
Yeah.
Time, I've played that song so much, like I can't even begin to think how many times I played that because it just sounds good.
I've recently been playing Top by off of Dolla.
Yeah,
I did top of it.
Yeah.
facts. And he's just
Bro, that's a
repeating the
fact.
same thing, but it just sounds good. Like the beat and just, I don't even.
The
It's
beats
something
were
you
real
just
unique
can't.
on that, man.
Yeah,
That
you
boy
can't
Pierre,
explain it. It's like
Yeah,
you're
facts.
listening to a video game soundtrack.
That's what I was trying to say earlier when I was talking about early career nudie, but I'm not trying to get off topic. That's what I meant. Yeah. But I think that album was a lot more commercialized, if that's the right word. I think it brought a lot of people like a lot of people like it more because it appeals more to the average listener and the hooks are a lot better. And the only way I would pick that other 3-song stretch would be because No Time had a very catchy hook, and the joint with Chief Keef also had a real catchy hook. So
I have a very interesting question.
yeah.
So Cam was just like, okay, yeah, it sounds like, I don't know who said it. Sounds like beats sound like they're off a video game. And my question to you guys was, what video game series do you think this would actually sound good on or fit well on? And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my answer. I'm gonna go ahead and say Need for Speed. I think Need for Speed, these beats would fit pretty good on Need for Speed. But
you mean the whole track or the whole
No,
project or like what do you mean?
Yeah, just the beats off the project, off of Dolla.
Mm.
I don't play enough video games to answer that, to be honest.
That's a
Tando's
tough one.
unqualified.
That's
I'd
fine.
probably be qualified, but I didn't
We can't
study
dwell on this too long. We can't dwell on this too long.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right on with Need for Speed. You know, flying off a building here, and I'm at the top of the building. Like, I don't know. I think Need for Speed is a good answer. Maybe like 2K, but nah, I can't
That's
say
too
2K.
obvious.
Yeah, nah.
2K is too fucking corny to have these beats on there.
Yeah, that's a good question though.
Thanks, man. Well, hey,
That is a good
if
question.
there's anywhere for our viewers to comment, man, let us know what you think about that question. Give
For
us your
real.
answers, man.
Yeah,
All of our
That'd be
game enthusiasts out there.
facts.
You got. So I guess we're all voting on Dalit here.
Nope.
No. Okay.
I got
3-1.
I got a first 3. Yeah, 3-1. But I mean, it's I don't even know, just because I really like Yamin, and if there was a Playboy Carti song I couldn't go without, it'd probably be Flex. Like, man, that song is just so good. Like, even if that's not my favorite song from him, like, that song, like, I was like, oh my God. It made me kind of realize, like, I don't know. That song is really good. Nah. Y'all convinced me 4-0.
Damn.
That I honestly, I would.
It's so close though. It's like 51-49 because Yamin and Flex are real, real good to me. Kelly K is kind of forgettable, but at the same time, I think Flatbed Freestyle is overrated. So Flatbed Freestyle and Kelly K match up. So it's between Mileage and No Time and Yamin and Flex, and they Mileage and No Time are a lot more replayable. Whereas I kind of got to be in a mood to listen to Yamin and Flex. So and like literally any time of the day, I could be like taking a test or at like work or something like that. And that Gonna Hug, you ain't got tongue, I tell my penis. That like goes right like
All right.
I mean, whatever you said, like that I mean that gets stuck in my head. So I might have to pick Die Lit.
It comes down to a mixture of that and the production. Like, just the combo on Die Lit was different.
In general, Die Lit is just such a replayable album. Like, my favorite songs constantly, like, fluctuate from that album.
Yeah.
Like, constantly.
Yeah. So, I mean, I honestly think I like self-titled better, but because I have to be in a certain mood to listen to it and I can always listen to Die Lit, I think, I gotta pick Die Lit here.
I feel like I convinced you last time we all hung out that like Die Lit was better.
And I changed my mind, but you kind of convinced me again. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a better album because I'm real close on both of them. If I pick one over the other, it's like, again, 51-49. Like, it's not like a blowout or anything like that. So I guess just the day. It's hard to look at it objectively. So I don't know.
I just can't remember half the songs on self-titled, to be honest. Like,
I can't remember the lyrics to the songs on self-titled.
That's a good point, Tando.
Like, I look at the songs on Die Lit and I can hear each of them in my head. With Die Lit, with self-titled, I'm just kind of like, wait, what that song sound like again? Yeah. Or I remember maybe like the hook, but that's it.
But like Die Lit to me, actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. I was about to say something crazy. Never mind.
Damn, I was gonna say because there's some standouts on self-titled, like Location, Woke Up Like This, Let It Go.
Let It Go is so underrated.
Very underrated.
So underrated.
Can we all agree?
Yeah, Let It Go.
Can we all agree that Long Time is superior to Location though? At the very least.
I don't even know what the hell Location is.
Whoa!
I didn't even know the Location was on self-titled.
Location has a real nice beat.
Location was cool, but like Long Time is like an experience.
Yeah, it's like a better like.
They turned it into a whole meme. God dang.
I have that video of like all the NBA players like, crying damn near.
I'm saying.
I posted on my old Instagram of me like saying goodbye to Maryland. I was like, oh man. Like, I miss all y'all.
Y'all, we can't forget to post some songs in the chat for the viewers. Yeah, so we should play something from maybe if you guys want, maybe we could play something from Ty. Definitely play something from Smino, Jid. I was thinking about Baguettes. Baguettes in the Face, or whatever it's called. I don't know.
I don't even like that song. Him and Jid.
I don't like that song.
I was just saying it because those were our 2 and 3, so they both are on that track. So
that's not a good representation of them for me, honestly. I like that song.
No, that's kind of fair too.
No, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
I like that song, but it's not like I was a little disappointed when I heard it.
Listen to Spins by Smino because I think we all agreed that's
my god, Spins, bro.
That song is crazy good.
It's been so long since I heard Spins, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You ever
listen
to Spins while having the Spins?
Huh?
You ever listen to Spins while having the Spins? You know what the Spins are, right? Okay, so Spins is like when you drunk as hell and like it feels like your head is just spinning every time you lie down.
Oh my god!
I can't say I've ever
experienced
that.
Yeah, I had the Spins last weekend and Yeah.
Hey,
That shit
wait,
That's
was-
wait, but I
exactly
do,
why I
want to
stopped
ask,
drinking.
Cam something as a producer, bro. Every time you see the Spins 808, do you think of the song "Spins" by Smino?
I honestly don't, but it is ridiculous how popular that 808 is. Like,
Yeah, that's the number one 808, man.
like
You know,
that's a
the
good
Spins
point. I'm
808 and the
probably gonna
rack kick.
start
You know,
thinking
if there's
about
any,
that.
producers out there listening, Spins 808 and the rack kick, you can't go wrong.
Man, you can find it free
Free,
anywhere.
easy.
Damn, they're online. So
But yeah, that was just a little side note. I wasn't trying to go off on a tangent.
What do y'all think Smino's best song is? If y'all could just think of one.
Spins.
um that's damn, that's
Crazy that
tough.
there's too many good ones. It's hard to pick. Isn't that
Mine,
something?
mine always
Most
changes, like most artists.
it's,
For me,
that's
for
so
me,
opinionated.
for me,
Like,
it's the Black Swan, Black Jupiter. For me, that shit is hard as hell.
mm,
That shit got you in the
Wait,
goddamn
which one?
trance.
That's two different. That's not a song. That's like two different albums. I mean, Black Jupiter is a song, but like I
I
think
think
it's
he
like
meant Black Swan.
the song
No.
Black Swan.
Yeah, the song.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't choose. I couldn't choose between Black Swan and Black Jupiter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go Black Jupiter for sure.
Man,
All right.
there's way too many good. I got to go with Spins, and then
Mine
Covert
always is.
I might have to go amphetamine.
or Somersault.
Amphetamine is a great song. It's a long song, but it's a great song.
Yeah, and the switch up like both sides is just is really good. Like that's all in a great song.
I think we need to have an episode where we really go into detail on Smino.
Facts.
And break down like all of his songs and all of his albums. And I feel like that would be a great topic for us to talk about.
Yeah.
Just because there's so much to talk about and it's damn near all positive, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's maybe only one like Smino song I really don't like. And I think me and Tando probably both have the same song in mind. Crushed Ice.
Yeah, I do not like Crushed Ice.
Yeah. So
That's
that's like the only song I don't like by him. But
I felt like I felt like what was the first album called? No.
no,
It was Black. Well, he had an EP called Black Jupiter. That was like his first project, and then Black Swan was like his first album.
And then Noir, and then She Already Decided was his latest tape, but I don't count that really.
Yeah, I don't count it. It was like one of those like
seemed like a little freestyle album.
Yeah, it was like a little freestyle mixtape type joint.
Yeah, so I don't really count that.
Yeah, Black Swan's what got me onto him, like specifically through Netflix and Duce.
Oh yeah, probably me too. Honestly, it's just something off my radio, off my like Spotify radio.
Well, I mean, y'all were the ones that put me on Smino. So the very first thing I listened to was Noir, and then I think I described it, but I listened to Noir and I was like, oh my God, that was a good album. I think there's only like 3 songs I don't have saved off that album. And then I listened to, because I told you, I think that album's a 10. And then I listened to Black Swan, and there's a few songs I don't have saved off that album, but they were all good songs. There wasn't a miss on that album. So that album really is a no skip, like dang, put more songs on, you know what I mean? So that's very rare. I say that about an artist, but y'all put me on, so that's how I found out about him.
How did we even get on Smino? Like, are you like?
it wasn't. Oh yeah. Because we're talking about the next guys up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I bring it up. Yeah.
I will say though, like once COVID ends, y'all gotta go to see him in concert, man.
That's another thing I was going to say. I heard his live performance is really, really, really good.
I've never been
actually
to a concert.
sing and sound good.
Oh yeah, that shit's gonna be litty.
And going back to your take on like, which I thought was a great take about how he does appeal to the female audience. That was definitely very apparent. And like the concert, like it wasn't. It might have been more females there than there were niggas, to be honest.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I went with the female myself. I went with the female myself, and like she had never heard Smino before. She just knew I liked him, and she left a fan. Like,
yeah,
she was like she acted like a fan, like she already knew this man's music when she was there. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I was just saying I feel like we need a song for each section that we ran. So we can play something off that Playboy Carti. We can play some Smino, a Jid song. You know, obviously we're gonna cut it out the podcast.
Yeah, I feel like we can just recommend something because if we're talking about Carti or Jid or Smino, it's probably something we're all familiar with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
rather
a good
than
point.
like a sleeper song of the day type
That's a
thing.
good point.
Whereas,
Yeah.
So, but my recommendation would be Spins. But I mean, if y'all have another quick one you want to throw out,
I personally don't think that's like a good thing for like people just finding him.
okay,
Because I feel like that's just too like, I don't know. I feel like it's like an album cut, but not in a bad way. Like it's a great album song. I feel like for me, like probably Netflix and Duce.
Yeah, Netflix and Duce would be that would be the best.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
That song is so catchy too. That and Maraca gets slept on, but I don't want to keep talking about Smino. We got to move on.
Yeah.
But
Anita also.
Facts.
Yeah, Anita
there's
featuring
way too many,
T-Pain.
bro.
The remix though.
Either one.
Yeah,
I like both.
Nah, I mean I like both as well. I was just saying because T-Pain, they know. Let's get into this take. Let's get into this Cameron Hay take. This Cameron _ Hay take.
yeah.
So he said, Hove, Kanye, Drake, Wayne, Future, my favorites, and they rather consistently drop music during their prime, so I've never gone without. Tando asked the question, would y'all rather have an artist drop every year to 2 years or wait longer so you miss them more?
That for them to wait longer, they have to be dropping some like really, really solid projects. So it really depends on the artist.
No, I agree. For me,
because,
no, go ahead, Cam.
Because for certain artists that do drop, like take that long, because no, actually, I take that. I mean, I'm sticking with that, but also you got to take into fact that artists have to. I'm gonna go with the longer time period because artists have to experience life to have more stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
it's similar to comedians. They have to have time to experience life and experiences so they can have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like if it's just like a 1 to 2 year period, a lot of that time they're not even at the crib or able to get in the studio. They're doing tours, interviews, other stuff.
Do you think the A-lister, B-lister lifestyle is something that constantly is a movie, or do you think it could all do you think after a while, after 2 years and this 3 years and this, it can be somewhat of a drag, just something that you've seen before, to where the experiences aren't as they don't hold as much value anymore.
Nah, because they're still human. You feel me? Like they could be going on, like it could be shit behind the scenes with like maybe family. They had a kid and they just never told anybody. Somebody's having health issues in their somebody's having health issues in their family. It's a lot of stuff that can still happen. They're still human. So. But of course, like it is a big part of it that they can't necessarily experience because they might not be able to go in public like as regular and stuff like that. So there is stuff that plays into it, but they can definitely still have experiences and everything.
I feel like
you can go ahead, Ray.
Oh my God, go ahead.
All right. Oh my God. I was gonna say that I saw Benny talk about it on the No Jumper podcast, but that man Benny dropped so often, and he said, I drop more often, but after I drop an album, I got to go get experiences so I have shit to rap about, because so that's just kind of going along with what you said.
So I feel like some of the projects that really like are spread out, they hit different. It's almost like
Oh
you're
yeah,
getting it's the same artist, but it's a different person at the same time. Because like
that
you could be a different person, but in like a 1 to 2 year difference, but 4 years or 3 years, you could be a
facts. You've grown a lot.
completely
Oh yeah.
Our Outkast talked about that shit. Like their projects were completely different. Like
But
it
they
was
were dropping relatively frequently. Like I looked at Outkast, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of them were Tando might be versed in this, but
I love
it was
Outkast.
like 99,000, 01, 02, 04. Like it wasn't 99 and then 05. Like,
I love
they had
Cheesecake.
quite a few projects in between that. So I
I
don't
think it
know.
was at least like 2 to 3 years in between. I think,
Yeah, maybe
or
I'm
at
wrong.
least two. At
I'm
least two.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm honestly one of those selfish fans who's like, bro, fuck all that shit. Like, I just want to hear your music. But I will say though that I do like the standard every 2 years for like the big artists like Kendrick, Cole, Drake, like
Facts.
niggas who I
That's
know are
perfect.
actually gonna drop a good album. Well, I like Drake, but like I don't think Drake's albums are like there all the time. But I'm just gonna say his name anyway. But whatever, like so I guess like Smino, like Tyler the Creator, like people like that who always drop consistently good albums. Every 2 years is good. 3 years is kind of pushing it, but I'll fade it. But when you get past the 3 years and like basically where Kendrick's at now, nigga, drop the album. Like
Yeah, facts.
honestly, I get to a certain point where I'm just like, my nigga, just drop the album. I miss your music, man. Like
I
so
miss Kendrick.
Nah, it's
I
okay to say
get
you miss him.
no, I'm not gonna say I miss Ken. But like I get the whole like other side of it, like you need to experience life, but at a certain point, it's like and not to
Yeah,
compare because
there's
everybody's
balance.
different, but it's like just like all the artists he named, like like Kanye, Ho, Future. Well, not Future as much, but like just a lot of them niggas like they drop enough, and I do want that. Like I want consistency. I was actually kind of blown that like Drake's new album was going to drop next year, like top of next year instead of this year. Because even though he gave us Dark Lane demo tapes, like I feel like it's been enough time because that album like was
Well,
solid
I,
to me, but it wasn't like an album.
Tando,
But
I wanted to say, I think Drake really, really spoiled us because I saw an interview. I don't remember what it was. Somebody was talking about it, but most of these artists have 2 years between their projects, and that's a good standard. But you look at Drake, 09, 10, 11, 13, 15, 15, 16, 17, like he was almost dropping one project a year, and they were all
Yeah,
solid
like
up
damn nigga,
until
like go
Scorpion.
away type shit. Like nah, I'm just
Right,
playing.
bro.
Nah, I'm just playing. He
Like Buddy's on the charts for like 2 years in a row. It's like, oh my God.
That's low. Hey, that's low
But
key.
that's talent.
That's low key how I be feeling about LeBron, where some people call it go. I'd be like, damn nigga, can you get injured? Can you get injured, my nigga? Nah, I just like
Oh my God.
Oh,
that nigga built like a goddamn bionic. Like bionic.
A cyborg from goddamn Teen Titans.
But I will
yeah.
say on the other side, I definitely like if Kendrick wanted to drop like 3 times in a year, I wouldn't really want that. Like 2 maximum. 2 maximum for artists I really like. And that
I
drops
wouldn't even
like
want that from
solid
Kendrick.
albums. I could take two projects from Kendrick, like, but the one
In a
project,
year?
yeah.
You don't
I
think
would
they're
say-
gonna suffer quality?
I was hoping for
I would say
hoping
year.
for another one from Drake this year. So I'll definitely take another
You
one
don't
from
think
Kendrick.
they would suffer quality? Because I can say
No.
as an artist when you're talking about getting the best work and you want to put down a cohesive project, it definitely takes a lot longer than a few months.
Well, I mean, I think the one album probably wouldn't be like that album. Like just like with
Right,
Drake,
one would just be a
like
little
Dark
tape or
Lane.
something like that.
Like
Yeah,
a
like
Dark
Dark
Lane.
Lane demo
Like
tapes
she already
was basically
decided type thing.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Dark Lane demo tapes was already was basically a mixtape of like throwaways. And not like bad songs, but just like songs that's not gonna be on the album. I would take that from Kendrick. I would take that.
Yeah.
I would take that from artists
Mhm.
like that.
yeah,
So it's certain guys that like I'll take that from. But like more than 2, like I'm cool. That's why like sorry, I don't mean to like pile on Griselda because I really don't have no beef with Griselda. But like I get low key annoyed when I'm like, bro, like this nigga Westside just dropped an album like
And
2
he's
days
dropping
ago.
another one.
Like nigga, like relax. Like
Yeah, how,
Yeah.
take your
Mhm.
foot off our necks, bro. Like,
Yeah.
how I feel about
But
how I feel, how,
no, go ahead. I wasn't gonna say anything. Go ahead.
no. Thank you, you gentlemen and scholars.
I keep cutting you off and then telling you to go ahead, goddamn.
I was gonna say, that's how I feel about NBA. That's all I was gonna say. That's how I feel about NBA.
NBA is OC with that, bro. He drops way too much, and I don't understand why people hold him in such a high regard when he drops the same album every year. Well, multiple times a year.
Saying, bro.
Every 4 months, ain't it?
Why do people listen to him, bro?
That's not even exaggeration. It really is almost every 4 months, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. And I genuinely like some of his music, but it's just like, bro, like, I'm not trying to hear your album like 4 months later, especially when your music doesn't even have that much variation in it.
Yeah. He does have a few gems where he variates, but like a lot of it is just the same. Like you've heard one song, you've heard every song type thing.
I feel like that's the reason why he drops so much, because like that type of music doesn't have longevity like that. So you gotta drop more. Like you pretty much, because like most of these big like trap artists and stuff like that, like okay, it might have some replay value, but it's just not the same as like a really solid project from another different kind of artist.
I think part of the reason he's doing it is for, the money, of course. Like if you can put out a project and you don't have to do anything to change it up, and every song you have has at least 5 million listens, that is a lot of money in your pocket if you're doing that every 4 months. A lot of money in your pocket just from streaming. I'm not talking merch. I'm not talking tours.
And that boy,
is a lot of money just from streaming.
And apparently that boy on his masters now, or he trying to get out his deal on his masters.
Yeah.
I mean,
he said something like that in his new song that he did, where he remixed over that Hove beat.
Oh, I peeped that.
Yeah.
Youngboy is a streaming giant, though. Like, let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. And I think it was DJ Toomp who said it. Somebody said it on the Producer Grind podcast. Shout out Producer Grind podcast. But somebody said, when it comes to those deals and stuff like that, they're not going to negotiate with you unless you're putting up numbers. You know what I mean? If you're putting up numbers, they'll say, all right, I'll start talking to you about it. It was I forget his name. I wish I knew his name, but he said, when it comes to like Zeke Elliott and stuff like that, like, all right, we'll negotiate your contract since you're putting up yards type thing. And NBA YoungBoy is doing the same thing when it comes to streaming. So I wouldn't be surprised if something got renegotiated.
Yeah. I wanted to give my take on that Twitter take.
Yeah.
That's cool. For one, I feel like when you're famous, like when you become mainstream, like I feel like you can either love what you do and like consistently scratch that itch to make music, or I feel like you're gonna stick to what is truly the bread and butter, which is making music through experience at a pace where the vibe isn't forced, one bit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's definitely the bread and butter. So I agree with Cam on that. And I also agree with Tando, where I feel like 2 years, if you're solidified, that's super valid. Like if you're somebody that is like underground mainstream, like let's say like a JID or a Smino, to where like they're not, known by like the super casual, but like they're kind of mainstream, underground. But like if you're them and you go 2 years, let's say you have a little less views than the mainstream underground. Like, so let's say you have like 600K monthly listeners. I feel like it can be very dangerous to go 2 years. I feel like that's going to be very dangerous.
Facts.
But it's dangerous, period, because like making your fans wait, they're going to be ready, to face, you bet, like as an artist, like you better be ready to face the critique, like for the end result of waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm waiting on fast food, like if I'm waiting on my food, like I want my order right. You know what I'm saying? I want it hot. You know what I'm saying? I want that customer service. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great comparison.
Yeah,
that was a good comparison for sure.
Another thing that really does like irk me about a lot of niggas who don't drop though is that like it's not even that like they haven't gone through life or they don't have like all this anything like set up. It's just the fact they have this album. And honestly, this is probably more of an issue this year because of what's going on with COVID and stuff. It's that they're sitting on the album. Like, they have the album ready, but they're sitting on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder how many artists that applies to, because I saw in another podcast. I watch a lot of podcasts, but they'll say, you know, uh, when you sign these deals to these record labels, you're barely getting any money from your streams. You know what I mean? So it's a rough percentage, and the way you make most of your money is going on tour and selling merch and stuff like that. But when you go on tour, you want to have a new album and stuff that's caught on, so you can play it and attract people to those tours. And when nobody can tour because of COVID, you can't drop. There's no purpose in dropping music because you're barely going to make any money. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
so
a fact.
these deals that most of these guys are signing are horrible. So it'd just be pointless for them to drop music.
Yeah, that is fair. And that's something that is out of everyone's control, really. But like I said, I'm selfish. Drop the album, nigga. I don't care.
Well, I wonder if
The album, nigga. Yes, sir.
I wonder if the labels have control over that. I wonder if the labels can say, all right, we don't care what numbers you're gonna do. You need to drop a project. Like,
they're gonna give that nigga a contract extension.
It depends on the artist. It really depends on the artist, honestly. And like,
but he got the team option.
But like niggas like Kendrick really do like piss me off, and not necessarily Kendrick himself, but like TDE, the way they handle shit, like it really be irking me because they have so much talent, but they just okay, like it's on a rotation. It's like, bro, like we don't got time for this rotation shit because like they be taking hella long to drop them niggas, bro. Mm-hmm. And the only nigga that I actually really do, I don't actually put it on TDE is Isaiah Rashad. Like Zay literally, even in his songs. Like he'll have skits where he's talking about some, oh yeah, I don't have that album for you. Like,
facts.
I don't got that shit for you, bro. So like, I think that nigga just don't want it enough, honestly. But that's just me.
I think I peeped that. I barely listen to Isaiah Rashad, but I started listening to him because you guys talked about him before, and I think I peeped that exact same skit.
Yep, I remember that shit very, very at first because I think. No, I had been listening to him already, so I already got it. I was like, that's so fucking true. Like, bro, come on now.
Yeah, his intro on Sun's Tirade is where you at.
Man.
Yeah.
So,
that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that's I guess that's better than somebody like Kanye or somebody like Playboi Carti like teasing an album to drop every single Friday, and it's like all right, bro, it's been like 2 years, man. You've been teasing this album for 2 years. Please stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just disrespectful at a point.
Yeah. That's something like that is gonna cause your fans to just ultimately not care.
Yeah, I'm not a big guy that listens to leaks often, but when it comes to Playboi Carti teasing this album for 2 years straight, like you better believe I listened to that 2-hour crowdsourced Carti album. Like, man, I don't even care at this point. Sorry for cutting you off, Tando.
No, you're good. I was honestly shocked that Eternal Take ever came out because that shit was like a meme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, facts.
I did not think, and I thought like if he dropped the album, it would be called some other shit. It wouldn't even be called Eternal Take. Like, because I mean. Uzi was in that category too of a nigga who was just like just damn near trolling his fans at every turn. But like out of nowhere, he just was like, you know what? I care about my fans, and just started like dropping hella shit, doing hella features, and like literally gave us like an album that he gave us 2 albums. Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
they were both mid. Whoa, who said that?
Wait, who are we talking about again?
We're talking about Eternal Take and Uzi.
Oh, yeah. I ain't got nothing to say there, boy. I'm glad I left my popcorn, I can lie.
Man.
I enjoyed those albums, but I get it.
Yeah. I think that's something we should go into on another podcast as well. Uzi's another great artist we can talk about and go in depth about.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I think it's been a little bit over. I don't want to do math right now, but it's been over an hour and a half. So I think we should start wrapping it up. I don't know, Ray, if you have that sleeper you want to play, you can just type it in the bot channel, exclamation point play, and then whatever. But I'm down for that.
All right, bet. Give me 1 second.
All right, bet. You're good. All right, hey, that was fire. That was really good. That was called More by Rory, just for the audience listening. We got to cut it out of the podcast, but yeah, it was called More by Rory. And I was looking him up. while you were playing that song, Ray. And I don't know if you knew this, but he was born in Stone Mountain.
No, I know. Yeah, we went to the
Yeah.
same high school, but
I swear.
yeah, but he
Dang.
he like when I was a freshman, he was in 11th grade, and he ended up dropping out, so I didn't see much of him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he dropped
Dang.
that.
Really
He
That's
dropped
good.
that.
that's fire. That's
He's
real fire.
he's really really good. I fuck with him. He's
Um,
like a completely different direction.
Yeah, I was gonna say that as well, Cam. Everything on that, like production wise, to singing to vocal talent, stood out to me. And I really like. I think that was a very unique genre. I don't even. It was almost rock in a sense, like not alt rock, but like you know what I mean. But yeah, that was a real cool song. I like that. I might add
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah, man. That's just tough, man. I would recommend you guys check out. He just recently dropped the deluxe to his tape his tape called Cherry Blossom. No, not Cherry Blossom. My bad. Goddamn, I'm
It's
being
something
terrible.
that starts with an R, I
Yeah,
think.
he dropped the deluxe for a tape called Fervent, which Fervent is like his it's like a folk genre, so I don't recommend it. But folk is like more so like music for nature. You know, it sounds really good when you're in nature, or you're on like, let's say you're on a long car ride or something like that. Studying, anything like that, folk would be really good. So maybe check that out if you
Yeah,
go on like
listen
a
to
hike.
Hickory
If you
off of
go on
that
like a
album if you do.
so you know about Rory.
Oh yeah,
Have
Oh,
y'all
okay.
heard of?
I didn't even know you know about Rory, but
yeah.
yeah, man.
Have y'all heard his feature on that Joey Badass project?
Oh, I
Hmm.
was gonna check that out actually.
That was hard. That was probably
Yeah.
my first intro to Rory. I haven't really like delved into him beyond that, but yeah, he's
Yeah,
definitely
what got him out was like, my bad. Were you still talking?
no, that was it.
No, I was about to say what got him out was God's Whisper. For some reason like that blew up for a lot of people, but I don't know. Amore is one of my favorite songs by him, but he gets compared to like, Andre 3000, Apple Music was saying like Prince, but he obviously can go deeper than that. He can rap well. He sings. You know, he does. The alternative job. So, he's dope, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that Escape 120 out though later. That Joey Badass album.
Yeah, he sounds eerily similar to Andre on that, to be honest.
But one thing that Rory has like a campaign. I don't know if the campaign is the right word, but he has something going on called like the Woods, and what he does is he hosts a tour. Like he's really in tune with like the spirit and like maybe not so much the spirit, but he likes stones and stuff like that. He's an indigo, so that means like he knows a lot of shit that just people don't like. Like he's intuitive, and he has like a little campaign called the Woods, little tour called the Woods, and like he'll lead people to the woods, and then he'll give them clues on how to find the location of where him and his guys will be performing. And then, they just perform until it gets, dark. And then even when it gets dark, they light a bonfire, and then they all just, be chilling, vibing out. So it's pretty cool. Some of my favorite songs by him are All We Need, Superfly. He has a song with is it Big Crit or is it Big Crit called Forbidden Knowledge, which is, I think Alex and Tando, y'all gonna fuck with that shit. Devil's Whisper. Yeah, he's super hard, man. And I actually have a campaign and I'm trying to a similar campaign that I want to drop called Flavor Fields, but I ain't gonna speak too much on that, man. Let's get into the throwbacks or song of the day or however y'all want to do it.
Yeah, we can do. Do any of y'all have one of those categories?
I got
throw
one
out there. All right, bet. You know how to play it in the bot channel, Cam?
I do not.
All right,
Cool.
I'll type it. What's it called?
It's called Ascension by Maxwell.
Oh shit, Maxwell! Oh my god,
That was good. That was solid.
I was gonna say
Tando.
that might not be your vibe, but
No, that was real good. I like that, but I don't want to. For the audience who doesn't know, I very rudely cut off Tando and a thought he had. Felt really bad. I played the song before I realized he had a thought. I didn't know how to pause it, so go ahead, Tando.
You good? I was just saying to Cam that he had put me on. I'm not even sure if it was on our practice pod or if it was on our first pod, but he put me on to, I think it was called "Lock It" by Crumb. Unless I'm getting them confused.
Oh yeah,
Crumb.
I meant to, but the only reason I didn't listen to that is because sorry, let me get out this damn bathroom.
All I know is that joint was hitting me the other day. Like I heard it and I was like, wait, who is this? Because like I hadn't listened to it much besides like the music video, and I was just like, I don't know, man. It just hit me. Like, it just really hit me.
The only reason I didn't listen to it yet is because Cam said you need to watch the video with it. That's the only reason I haven't.
Okay.
That's the only reason. But what song are we talking about so I can put it in my to listen list?
It's called "Lock It" by Crumb. That shit.
And I haven't listened to it, but I just kind of forgot about it, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna check that out after this podcast, unless I forget about it again. But hopefully not.
At least just go ahead and put it to the add to watch later list on YouTube or something.
We switched it up on them. We switched it up on the goddamn viewers, boy. They thought we was gonna play some hip hop.
Man,
for real, I felt I had
that
to
song
switch it up
good.
on that one.
that song was good though.
Which one? You talking about both of them or just
Ascension?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, that's some like real soul.
Did y'all see?
Definitely not up my alley, but I really felt it. You know what I mean? So,
did y'all see? Tando and Cam? Did y'all see what I was saying in the chat? I was like, bruh, what? Alex, what the fuck I say, Alex?
You said, "Where's my plastic plate of barbecue chicken and potato salad?" my orange crushed by my feet.
No God.
I'm dead.
Bro, that had me dying, bro.
Bro,
that's how I felt like we're listening to this.
I miss pre-COVID, man. Those barbecues, cookouts.
Man.
Heck yeah, dude.
But yeah, that was real good. I think that, unless y'all have anything else to talk about, I think we're coming up on the 2-hour mark right now.
Hey,
I think
bro,
that's everything.
Just show the audience your Meg Thee Stallion impression for the one time.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Actually,
one time,
I might have to because they made it this far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they made it 2 hours, I might.
Nah, bro, you
God.
gotta put your whole chest into it like you did the first time. Put your chest into it.
She said, yo.
Oh my God.
Yo. Put your chest
time I did
into it,
Tando, I swear, the first time I did it, I didn't practice or anything, man, but it came out perfect. I don't know how I did it, so I don't know, man. I tried it again, y'all. That was my best impression.
Yeah.
You capping, bro.
She said,
I'm savage. Hey. Tando, sing the rest, bro. Tando, sing the rest, bro. Hey, Tando, hey, I know what Tando
come on, Tando.
Nah, can't take it away.
Tando want to say, nigga, drop that shit.
No cap, I haven't listened to, I don't know one song by her. Even her most popular shit.
Man.
You could name one?
Nah.
Man. All right, well, let's end the podcast before we get canceled. Because they gonna think Cam hates females at this rate. God dang. First it was the Nicki bashing, then it was the white women bashing. Now it's the Meg Thee Stallion. We're over with, man. We lasted 2 episodes. But all right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Blueface Fan Club, episode 2. We out.